That night in Bodrum, there were no screams. They weren't needed. A look, a phrase, a crossing of paths was enough to start a silent war between two women. And in the middle, him, Demet Özdemir, just wanted to disconnect. She arrived in Bodrum with her friends, seeking a break after weeks of rumors and exposure. A dinner by the sea, a quiet night. But in the same restaurant was Sarah, Can Yaman's current partner. Relaxed, with friends, a glass in hand, and that confidence that sometimes weighs more than a poorly chosen word. When her eyes met Demet's, Sarah didn't hesitate. She approached smiling, as if they were old acquaintances. "What a coincidence to see you here," she said. "Bodrum is small, isn't it?" And although the conversation was brief and polite, it left a phrase stuck like a thorn. "Can is better than ever. He left his past behind and with me found what he was looking for. Peace." Demet didn't respond. She kept her composure, but inside something broke. She got up from the table and left without looking back. That night she didn't eat dinner. That night she realized the past can still hurt, even in paradise. Days later, Can found out. A mutual friend told him what had happened. He didn't understand why Sarah had said that. He believed everything was behind them. Or at least he wanted to believe it. When he confronted her, the argument was inevitable. "Did you really think that was necessary?" he asked with a tense voice. "You knew it would hurt her?" Sarah replied coldly. "I just said what I feel. If she doesn't get over it, that's not my fault. Have you gotten over it or not?" Can didn't answer. He looked at her silently, searching for something in her he no longer found. That same night, he tried to call Demet. Once, twice, 3 times. But there was no answer. And in that silence, he understood everything. Demet spent the night alone, watching the sea from her room. She remembered the happy days with Can, the laughter, the promises, the comfortable silences. Now everything seemed so distant. On social media, messages of support soon appeared. Phrases like "Demet deserves respect" or "Sarah don't play dirty" went viral. Even colleagues discreetly reacted by liking indirect posts. Demet posted a black and white story, a picture of the sea at sunset with just one phrase. Sometimes silence screams louder than 1,000 words. Can saw it, and inside he broke, not out of guilt, but because he understood that maybe this time he really lost her. Not for what he did, but for what he allowed. And that is the uncomfortable truth. When you don't protect love, others take care of destroying it. Demet no longer cried. She had left that chapter behind. Now only emptiness remained, but also peace. Because sometimes accepting that you won't be forgiven is also an act of self-love. In the following days, headlines showed no mercy. Demet ignores Can's call. Sarah causes new tensions. But this time, the public did not side with her. Because you don't need witnesses to see the truth. Just look at Demet's silence, Can's upset face, and the cold excuses of someone who no longer inspires trust. And you? What would you have done if you were Demet? Leave your comment below, I'm reading. If this story touched your heart, subscribe and activate the bell. Here we don't just tell you what happened, we show you what was truly felt. Reflecting on Demet Özdemir, the first thing that comes to mind is the strength and dignity a woman can show when facing both public pressure and personal challenges with calm and nobility. Beyond her talent, Demet stands out for an integrity often unnoticed amid rumors and gossip. She is often portrayed as the victim in a failed relationship, where a man betrayed and humiliated her. However, this view, though partly true, does not recognize the character and determination she has shown. She is not a broken person full of resentment. She knows perfectly when it's time to leave behind what no longer benefits her and move forward with respect for herself. And in that act of distancing and protecting her well-being, she shows more courage than those who prefer to cling to endless grudges. Demet has maintained impeccable work and a clean image despite being at the center of a media storm where disloyalty and manipulation tried to harm and discredit her. That resilience makes her a symbol of nobility. She never needed to defend herself with scandals or controversy. She let her effort and essence speak for her. Also, Demet has shown herself to be a woman who does not get fooled by false promises or empty words. When someone does not value or respect her, she simply walks away. It's important to remember that behind the public figure is a person with limits and a heart that deserves loyalty and consideration. Her strength also lies in her ability to heal and move on without carrying resentments that only hurt oneself. She knows life goes on and true love is not begged for, but received with dignity. That's why distancing herself from Yaman is not a sign of weakness, but of wisdom and self-love. Not everyone has the courage to do it, and for that, her attitude deserves more admiration than criticism. We must not forget the value she places on maintaining certain traditional principles, a way of seeing life that leads her to preserve her honor and reputation without letting gossip or false images disturb her inner peace. Demet represents a woman who stands firm in her convictions, respects her history and those around her, but also knows when to close cycles without holding grudges. In a world as fast and scandalous as the Turkish showbiz, this measured, noble, and traditional stance is like a beacon reminding us that not everything is worth achieving success or happiness. True greatness lies not in followers or headlines, but in maintaining dignity in the face of adversity. For this reason, I firmly believe Demet Özdemir remains a queen, not only for her talent and beauty, but for her ability to stay integral and authentic, for the strength to say enough when something hurts her, and for the will to live in harmony with herself. Even if some try to involve her in others' conflicts, she goes on doing what she does best: work, grow, and shine without losing her essence. In the end, we must all respect the space she has chosen to build for herself, because no one deserves to be dragged into unnecessary drama or bear shadows created by others. Demet knows her worth, and no lie or slander can change that. It's a lesson for many, especially for those who think love or fame justify losing dignity. They don't. Demet is living proof that you can move forward with your head held high and a clean heart, even when the path is full of obstacles and false accusations. That's why today, more than ever, we must leave her alone and admire the strength with which she continues to be herself, no matter what they say or try to do. Because a true queen is not measured by rumors, but by the peace and respect she gains through her attitude and truth.